What's up, everybody? Glenn, Big Jack, back with a Bears recap slash Bears keys to victory in Week 4 video. Here with Big Jack. Last week, Bears Texans. Roquan Smith goes crazy, has 75 tackles and a key interception that allows the Bears to kick a field goal, escape the weekend with a victory, move to 2-1 as they head into this weekend. Game against the Giants, where they have a chance to improve to 3-1 on the season. Has it been pretty? No. Has it been ugly? It's been really fucking ugly, but we could be 3-1 after this weekend. Could be the ugliest 3-1 in the history of the NFL. Jack, what are your thoughts on last week? What are your thoughts on the Bears so far before we get into the keys to the victory this week?
Yeah, I think ugly is the perfect word for it. But at the end of the day, they're 2-1, and in a very mediocre league right now, that's an excellent start and positions himself well going forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are positives. Running games look good. They look well coached. Negatives, we start with the quarterback. But anyway, let's go into your keys to the victory. Let's talk about the keys to this week. Let's try to stay positive. Let's try to move to 3-1. Jack, three keys this week, three things you're looking at. Let's start with your first one.
Yeah, so my first key is going to be to start Trevor Simeon. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Don't make me stop the video.
Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. First key this week is actually for me going to be to stay ahead of the chains and give yourselves third and manageable, or just avoid third downs in general. The Giants are not a very good defense overall, but they are pretty excellent on third down. So I think you got to avoid those third and long situations, especially considering the fact that Getsy seems to just kind of either run some sort of draw or a quick bubble screen type play. His play calling on third and long has left a lot to be desired, kind of demonstrating that they don't really have faith in Fields to make a play right now, and they're almost guarding against a bad turnover on third and long as opposed to trying to get a first down. So I think that's a key. You got to stay ahead of the sticks, run the ball, get it moving up the field, get those good chunk plays on first and second down, be able to open up that playbook a little bit more on third down, and take care of business, keep the ball matriculating down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to keep it moving. Now, a good question I got for you. You mentioned the run game. How big of a drop off do you think there is from Montgomery to Herbert, or is there not much of a drop off in your opinion?
I would go as far to say as it is an upgrade.
Wow.
I think Herbert is better than Montgomery. I think he's shiftier. I think he's more explosive. The only edge in the run game that I would give to Montgomery is that I do think he's a vicious runner. He breaks a lot of tackles. He makes some holes that aren't necessarily there sometimes. But I think overall Herbert is a better playmaker and gives him a little more versatility in the backfield. And I do think he's an upgrade from Montgomery.
Interesting. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I don't think there's a huge drop off from Montgomery to Herbert. I think they're two backs that both probably should and could be starting in the NFL. I think we got a great running backs room. I'll be interested to see if we see any more of the rookie from Baylor, that Tristan Ebner. But I feel good about our running backs room right now, probably more so than almost any position group on the team. Anyway, what's key number two?
Yeah, key number two, keeping it moving right along. I'm actually going to go with a defensive thing, but to be more specific, it's just going to be discipline on defense. I watched the only time I've seen the Giants this year, I watched that whole Monday night game against the Cowboys. And I mean, Daniel Jones is extremely susceptible to turning the ball over. I mean, I think he just turned it over again as we were doing this video. He's averaging one fumble per start. The guy drops the ball at a ridiculous rate, throws it to the other team. He's going to make some mistakes. But the one thing I will say about him is that pass rush in Dallas is arguably best in the league. I think statistically it probably is number one in the league right now. And he made some plays out of that backfield where their pocket was closing in on him. He stayed, was able to stay on his feet, scramble around, escape, make some runs, had some decent throws out of it as well. So I think discipline is going to be key. don't let Daniel Jones escape the collapsing pocket and get, a 15, 20-yard run. Make sure we're disciplined, have someone keying on him at all times. If he does get out of the pocket, make it more of a 3-4 yard gain type situation. Don't let him expose us and cut up the defense for these big holes. Also, that discipline comes into play with Saquon Barkley, one of the best playmaking running backs in the league. He seems to be healthy, sort of back to his rookie ways at the moment. And I think you just got to keep him in front of you. He's not a hard runner. He's not the best at picking up those tough yards. But the second he sees those holes and explodes, he's gone. So you can't let him get out too easily. Keep him in front. Stay disciplined with Daniel Jones in the pocket. I think that'll lead to some positive things.
Yeah, agree 100%. Saquon's obviously a stud, but Daniel Jones is going to make mistakes like you talked about, but he also has that like mobility about him, which is very deceiving because he looks like a tall, goofy white guy, and then he can like absolutely book it. So, yeah, got to stay disciplined this weekend. I'll also, to throw a little something in for the discipline, no Jalen Johnson. So our young secondary's got to stay very disciplined as well in their coverages. And like you said, get a deflection or two, and then all of a sudden those deflections might turn into a timely interception. But all right, your key number 3.
Yeah. Lastly, every week we've done these, we've sort of touched on a certain someone that seems obvious to the point now where I almost don't even want to bring it up. We all know what that is. But I'm going to go a slightly different direction that still involves that man. And I'm going to say the third and key for me on the offense this week is going to be Darnell Mooney. He's got to be a playmaker. That's what he was last year, over 1,000 yards receiving. He's a good player. He's done absolutely nothing this year. I think that he needs to put a little bit pressure on Justin Fields and demand the ball. Say, hey, I'm going to go out and make plays for you. If you see me, throw me the ball. I don't care if I don't look open. I'm going to go make a play for you. I think Darnell Mooney needs to step up this week, demand the ball, make some plays for his quarterback. I don't care if he's got, tight coverages, tight windows. Throw him the ball and go make some plays. I think he needs to start contributing. And, obviously it's a two-way street.
Yeah, he's got to get given the chance.
Right. But I think this is his week to step up and say, hey, the second I make this break, just put it on me. I'll go get it. Don't worry about where the defense is.
Yeah, I know you don't want to talk about the certain someone that you're not trying to name. I'll name him. Justin Fields. People aren't going to be 8 yards open like Garrett Wilson and fucking Olave and everybody was at Ohio State. People are going to look covered. You got to fucking see the open guy. You have to have some anticipation. Throw the fucking ball. Stop holding on to it forever. Give these guys some chances to make some plays. They're fucking pros too. Yeah, I've been defending Justin Fields. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of patience. The guy doesn't fucking throw the ball. Throw the fucking ball. You're a quarterback.
Yeah, you called it last week. I mean, one of the statements you made was the fact that Justin Fields refuses to throw the ball unless the dude is wide open.
Wide open.
And I heard some stats somewhere this week that every single quarterback in the NFL, there's those advanced metrics. They have something where they gauge what's called tight window throws. And every single quarterback in the NFL has thrown a minimum. The second least is 7 tight window attempts. Justin Fields, to this point, through 3 starts, has 0 tight window attempts. He has no idea what open means in the NFL.
No.
He's not trusting what he's seeing. He's thinking way too much. And that's why I say a guy like Darnell Mooney just needs to go to his man, say, hey,
throw me the ball.
Yeah. I'll go get it. Don't worry about where my guy's at. Unless there's some sort of double coverage, give me the opportunity to make a play.
Yeah, I think we talked about it last week. He's striking out looking, man. We're beating a dead horse here, but basically a lot of the stuff that a lot of the negatives that people felt with Mitch were, he's that play it safe quarterback. He's never gonna take the chance. He's never gonna make the big play. At least Mitch was throwing the ball. This fucking guy doesn't even throw the fucking ball. He's got all the tools in the world. He's supposedly got swagger. He looks confident. He seems confident, but he's scared as all hell to fail. Throw the damn ball.
Yeah, he's got to get rid of it. Like I said, he's got to stop thinking. He needs thinking is done during the week. It's done during film. It's done at practice.
Go out
It's
and
not
play.
done on Sundays.
Yeah.
There's zero thinking involved. You have to read, react, let that thing fly. That's all there is to it. No thinking.
God, I hope he starts to look a little bit better soon because I don't know how many more weeks I can defend the guy.
Yeah.
It,
But
it's
hey,
it's brutal.
it's still at the end of the day, it's a very winnable game.
Yep.
And they
Could
win
be
this
3-1.
They moved to 3-1, and that's a hell of a spot to be. So
Be a great
got to
start.
go out and take care of business, and I think they can. It's like I said, third down, give yourselves third and manageable, or avoid it altogether. The Giants are solid in those situations, so you got to stay ahead of the chains. Stay disciplined on defense. Don't let Saquon hit the home run. Don't let Daniel Jones beat you with his legs on all these broken plays. And then Darnell Mooney, be the guy. Go out, demand the ball. Get yourself that. I'm not even asking for anything crazy. Get yourself, a 75 yards, 4 or 5 catches. Something in that ballpark. Baby steps with the progression of Justin, because you do got to run the ball. This Giants team
Absolutely.
they're horrible against the run. So keep pounding the rock, but I do think we need someone to step up and start demanding the ball in the pass game, and I'm hoping Mooney's that guy.
All right, guys. Those are Jack's keys to victories. Jack, Bears plus 2.5, I believe, right now.
Yeah, at the moment, it's bounced a little bit back and forth between 3 and 2.5. Very
Yeah.
exact same situation as last week against the Texans, when they were favorited. But
Other
yeah,
way
it's
around.
moved quite a bit. I think it's 2.5 at like even money right now.
You think you're gonna maybe get a little on that, or you think you're gonna steer clear?
Never. My theory, man. Can't bet on or against the Bears. You don't.
Fair
touch
enough.
it. Week 1, I took them and it worked out for me. But
Hell yeah.
like I said, Trey Lance is already. I think he's
retired.
He's selling cars somewhere.
Yeah. He's an insurance salesman for sure. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. You got Big Jack's keys to victory. Tune in next week. We'll have the keys to next week's victory along with best bets of the weekend. If you haven't watched the best bets video, go watch that as well. Leave us a like. Leave us a subscription. Love y'all. Peace.
Bears.
Bears.